Before the spotlight ever found her, before the applause ever shook the walls, Isabella Chen was just a little girl the world called cursed. Today she dances on the world's greatest stages, but her story began as number 27, the child no one wanted. Imagine this. A beautiful woman stands on one of the world's most prestigious stages. The spotlight finds her. The music swells. She rises onto her toes with such grace that the audience holds its breath. Her name is Isabella Chen, and tonight thousands of people are watching her dance. But her story didn't start with applause. It started in a place where no child should ever have to be. It started with a little girl who was told she was cursed. A little girl who was given a number instead of love. A little girl who became known as number 27. Let me take you back to where it all began. The year is 1990. The country is Cambodia, and Cambodia is burning. Civil war has torn this beautiful nation apart. Rebels roam the streets with weapons and hatred in their hearts. Families are destroyed. Children are left orphaned. And into this chaos, a baby girl is born. Her parents name her Dara. Dara's father is killed by rebels. Just like that, he's gone. Her mother tries to survive, tries to keep her baby alive, but disease and starvation are everywhere. One night, as little Dara sleeps beside her mother in their shared bed, her mother takes her last breath. Dara is 3 years old. 3 years old, and she's utterly alone. Can you imagine that? At 3, most children are playing with toys, learning their colors, being tucked into bed with goodnight kisses. But Dara can't even remember what her parents look like. She can't recall a single happy moment from her earliest years. The trauma has already stolen her memories, stolen her childhood, stolen everything. Her uncle doesn't know what to do with her, so he does what so many desperate people do. He takes her to an orphanage. The orphanage is overcrowded. 27 children live here, crammed together in rooms that are too small, eating food that is never enough. But this orphanage has a system, a cruel, heartbreaking system. They rank the children. Number 1 is the favorite, the most wanted, the most loved. Number 27, number 27 is the least favorite, the unwanted, the forgotten. And Dara becomes number 27. But why? Why would a 3-year-old child be ranked at the very bottom? Why would she be the one nobody wants? It's because of her skin. Dara has vitiligo. It's a condition where patches of skin lose their pigment. On her dark skin, white patches appear like maps of continents she's never seen. To you and me, it might just be a skin condition. Different, yes, but just skin. But to the woman who runs the orphanage, these patches are something else entirely. She calls them a curse, an evil omen. She looks at little Dara with fear and disgust, and she gives her a name that will haunt this child for years. The Devil's Child. Think about that for a moment. A 3-year-old girl who has already lost everything is now being called the Devil's Child. The staff whispers it. The other children hear it. And Dara, sweet little Dara, starts to believe it. Because of this superstitious fear, Dara is always last to receive food, last to get clothing. While other children wear proper clothes, Dara is given rags, literally rags. The orphanage staff looks at her spots and shakes their heads. They say it out loud, over and over, like a terrible mantra. Why would anyone want to adopt the Devil's Child? Number 27, that's who she is now. Not Dara, not a little girl with dreams and feelings. Just a number, the lowest number, the unwanted one. But in this darkness, there is one light. Her name is also Dara. Yes, 2 girls in this orphanage share the same name. And this other Dara, she's number 26. One spot above our Dara, but still near the bottom of this cruel ranking system. Number 26 is discriminated against for the silliest reasons. She's left-handed. She wets the bed sometimes. That's it. That's enough to make her less than in the eyes of the adults who are supposed to care for these children. But these 2 girls, number 26 and number 27, they find each other, and they become more than friends. They become sisters in survival. At night, when number 27 can't sleep because of the nightmares, number 26 sings to her. Soft songs that their mothers might have sung if their mothers were still alive. During the day, when number 27 gets in trouble for something she didn't do, number 26 stands up and says, if she's getting punished, then punish me too. We're in this together. They share stories, they play pretend games. They dream together about a life beyond these walls. What if, number 26 whispers one night, what if someone comes for us? What if someone wants to be our mama? No one wants the devil's child, number 27 whispers back. Then they'll have to take us both, number 26 says fiercely, because I'm not leaving without you. This friendship, this bond, is the only thing keeping number 27's heart beating. The only thing reminding her that maybe, just maybe, she's worth something after all. Then one day the wind changes everything. It's just an ordinary afternoon at the orphanage. The children are in the yard, and the wind picks up, blowing dust and debris around. Something flutters against the fence. Number 27 walks over, curious. It's a magazine, old and worn, but still readable. She picks it up, and her world stops. On the cover is a photograph of a woman in a pink tutu. She's standing on the very tips of her toes, her arms extended like wings, her body defying gravity. She looks like she's floating, like she's free, but it's not the dance that captures little Dara's attention. It's the woman's face. She's smiling. Not just smiling, she's radiating happiness, pure, complete joy. Dara has never seen anyone look that happy, not once in her entire life. She stares at this photograph like it holds all the secrets of the universe. She seemed content, Dara will say years later, trying to explain this moment. And I wanted to be joyful. I wanted to feel whatever she was feeling. A kind teacher at the orphanage sees Dara holding the magazine. The teacher comes over and explains that the woman is performing ballet. She's a ballerina. Those special shoes are called point shoes, a ballerina. For the first time in her short, tragic life, Dara has something to dream about, something to reach for, something beyond just surviving another day. She carefully tears off the magazine cover. Where can she keep it safe? Where can she hide something precious in a place where nothing belongs to you? She makes a decision. She folds the cover small and hides it in her underwear. It's the only place that's truly hers, the only safe place. Every night she takes it out and looks at that smile, at that happiness, at that freedom. One day, she whispers to herself, one day I'll be happy like that. But before hope can truly take root, horror comes again. The teacher who explained ballet to Dara, she's pregnant, she's kind and gentle, one of the few adults who treats the children with love. Dara adores her. One terrible day, rebels attack near the orphanage. They grab the teacher outside the gates, and these rebels, these monsters, they make a bet. A sick, twisted bet. Is the baby a boy or a girl? They decide to find out. What happens next is something no child should ever witness. But Dara sees it. She runs outside, this tiny 3-year-old girl, trying to stop them, trying to help her teacher. But what can a small child do against armed men? Nothing. She can do nothing but watch as they kill her teacher, as they kill the baby, as they laugh about it. And then a rebel boy sees Dara. He has a machete in his hand, and he swings it at her stomach. The blade cuts into her flesh. Dara falls to the ground, certain she's about to die. Maybe wanting to die, because what kind of world is this? What kind of world allows such evil? The orphanage's night watchman rushes over. He begs for Dara's life. He pleads, and for some reason, the rebels listen. They leave her bleeding but alive. As Dara lies there, recovering from her wound in the days that follow, she feels nothing but despair. I wanted to pass away, she'll admit years later. I felt so alone. I never thought I would experience anything positive in my life. A 3-year-old child who wants to die. A 3-year-old child who believes she deserves death. Can you imagine anything more heartbreaking? But somehow she survives, and every night she takes out that magazine cover. She looks at the ballerina's smile, and somewhere deep inside, deeper than the pain, deeper than the trauma, a tiny flame of hope refuses to go out. Maybe, just maybe, life could be different. Time passes. Dara stays number 27, the devil's child, the unwanted one. Then one day, something strange happens. Americans are coming to the orphanage. They're looking to adopt children. Number 26 is chosen by a family. A family from a place called California sends a photo book. They want her. Number 26 is overjoyed, but she's also terrified. What about you? She asked number 27. What if no one comes for you? It's okay, number 27 lies. I'll be happy for you. But inside, her heart is breaking. Her only friend is leaving, and she'll be alone again. Still number 27, still the devil's child, still unwanted. The day comes for number 26 to meet her new family. Number 27 watches from a distance, trying to be brave, trying not to cry. But then something happens, something that will change everything. The American woman, the one who came to adopt number 26, is talking to the orphanage director. The conversation seems urgent, confused. And then the woman walks toward number 27. Number 27 stands there, her arms crossed over her chest, her face angry and defensive. She's been rejected before. She's been looked at with fear and disgust before. She knows how this goes. The woman will look at her spots, call her cursed, and walk away. But the woman doesn't walk away. She bends down. She takes number 27's hand. She takes number 26's hand. And she looks at both girls with tears in her eyes. And then she says 5 words that change everything. I'm your new mama. Both girls, both of them. Someone wants the devil's child. Someone wants number 27. For the first time in her life, little Dara starts to believe that maybe, just maybe, she's not cursed after all. Maybe she's just a little girl who needed someone to see her, really see her. And finally, someone has. I'm your new mama. 5 words. That's all it takes to change a life forever. 5 words from a stranger who will become everything. But who is this woman, this angel who appeared at the orphanage? And why would she choose to adopt not 1, but 2 little girls? Why would she willingly take the child that 12 other families had rejected? To understand that, we need to go back a little further. We need to travel thousands of miles away from Cambodia, to a house in California, to a woman named Catherine Chen. Catherine is sitting in her living room. The house is quiet, too quiet, because Catherine has lost everything. She and her husband David had 3 sons, 3 beautiful boys they had adopted and loved with their whole hearts. They gave them everything. They built a family. They filled their home with laughter and love. But then, the unthinkable happened. The boys received contaminated blood transfusions. They contracted AIDS. And one by one, Catherine had to watch her sons die. Can you imagine that pain? Watching your children slip away, unable to save them, holding their hands as they take their last breaths, burying all 3 of your sons? Most people would break. Most people would close their hearts forever. They'd say, I can't do this again. I can't love again. The pain is too much. But Catherine isn't most people. She's grieving. She's heartbroken. She cries every single day. But somewhere inside her, there's still love, still the desire to be a mother, still the belief that even though life has been cruel to her, she can be kind to someone else. One of her sons, Michael, had told her something before he died. He said, Mom, when I'm gone, adopt a child from a country that's suffering from war. Give someone the chance at life that I had. Catherine decides to honor his memory. She decides to open her heart one more time, even though it's still broken. She looks toward Cambodia, a country torn apart by civil war, a country full of orphans who need homes. She contacts an adoption agency. She looks through photos, and she sees a little girl, number 26. Something about this child calls to her heart. She sends a photo book. She starts the process. She's going to adopt this little girl and bring her home. But then, just before she's supposed to leave for Cambodia, her phone rings. It's the adoption agency. The woman on the other end of the line sounds confused. Catherine, she says, we need to clarify something. Which Dara are you adopting? Catherine is confused too. What do you mean, which Dara? There are 2 girls at the orphanage with the name Dara. We need to know which one you want. Catherine's heart starts beating faster. 2 girls? The woman from the agency continues. The other Dara, the one you didn't select, She's been rejected by 12 families. 12? Catherine can barely believe it. Why? She has a skin condition, vitiligo, white patches on her dark skin. The families say they don't want a child who looks like that. Silence. Catherine is quiet for a long moment. She's thinking about her sons, about their illness, about how people treated them when they found out they had AIDS, about the fear, the discrimination, the rejection. She's thinking about what it means to love someone that the world has decided is less than. And in that moment, Catherine Chen makes a decision that will change two lives forever. We'll take her too, she says simply. After coping with AIDS, I truly don't have an issue with spots. We'll take both girls. The agency worker is stunned. Both? Are you sure? Yes, Catherine says firmly. Both. Because Catherine understands something that 12 other families didn't. She understands that every child deserves love. Every single one. No exceptions. Catherine travels to Cambodia. She's nervous, excited, scared. She's about to meet her daughters. When she arrives at the orphanage, the staff brings out number 26 first. The little girl is shy but smiling. She recognizes Catherine from the photo book. This is the mama she's been dreaming about. Then they bring out number 10 and Catherine's heart breaks.